You went to my market?
Your market now?
I think I'll be able to go there tomorrow.
I went today. Got some of the sausage links. I got some G. Hughes peppercorn parmesan marinade. It's like 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. I'm in.
Are you a ketchup guy?
Yeah.
Do you buy like no sugar added ketchup?
No.
Oh, you should.
I don't.
It's so much.
Probably. I'm not arguing that.
Calorically speaking, it's like
I'm a Heinz.
20%.
I'm a Heinz ketchup.
I have Heinz no sugar added. It's 15 calories per tablespoon.
Versus
75.
75 for 1 tablespoon of ketchup?
Yeah, because there's so much sugar.
That doesn't feel accurate. I think it's 45.
It could be. Mayonnaise is the same way. Mayonnaise is high.
Yeah,
I do light mayo.
Ketchup is one of the lower ones of the sauces, I will say. I remember that. Because it's just sugar. Like there's not like fat in it too. Yeah, barbecue sauce is basically like ketchup because it's just brown sugar and vinegar or whatever to ketchup. But like ranch is bad because you get like the sugar and the fat both. You know what I mean? You start getting those. It's a different level. Like if you get the Parmesan garlic from Buffalo Wild Wings, that is their worst one because it's a lot of fat and a lot of sugar. It's so good. That's why I'm excited to try this G. Hughes' peppercorn Parmesan marinade. I'm going to put it on wings and see what happens. You know, you grill wings instead of breading and frying them. It's a different thing.
Yeah, I do air fry or smoked. Smoked's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
What is it? How do you spell that?
G space Hughes.
Oh, so like it's
sugar free. He has a whole line of stuff at the groceries. They had the peppercorn one at Sunflower. Peppercorn Parmesan or whatever. I've had his barbecue sauces and they're great.
I wonder that sugar-free Yum Yum. That can't be delicious. It can't be.
I guarantee he's substituted sour cream with Greek yogurt in it.
Just like
everyone else.
Every whatchamacallit.
I will say I like it. Like I said, I've had his barbecue sauce. I had his regular. I had his spicy barbecue sauce. So I'm a big G. Hughes guy already.
Good Housekeeping magazine.
Apparently he has sugar-free ketchup.
Where was that?
Right right there. Can't go to
it. I got ad blocker.
I wonder what all he has, because I've only seen what's obviously like at Walmart. Carolina Gold, nope, I'm out.
Not a fan.
I hate mustard.
Oh, it's fine. It's even lower.
Yeah, he don't play. I would try it.
Oh, poor folks can't even see it.
I haven't had the ketchup on, but his barbecue sauce has my stamp of approval, and I'm gonna try the peppercorn Parmesan marinade before next week, so I could tell you about that. That's kind of weird when you look at it. It has 1 gram of carb. It has nothing else. Some sodium. Just.
The carb is probably found naturally in the tomato.
I know. I'm looking at it like, you know what's cool though? That's not a lot of ingredients. A lot of times when you see like diet type foods, it's like, why is there 94 ingredients in this diet? You know what I mean?
A lot of stuff I can't pronounce.
Sweet heat, that would be my jam. I've not had that one. I've had the sweet and spicy. That's good. Oh no, it's Carolina. I wouldn't want that. His sweet and spicy I liked a lot. Maple brown was my dad's favorite.
So the folks can see it. Carolina, I'm not a big fan. I only had one that I kind of liked.
I don't like Carolina because I don't like mustard.
It doesn't taste like mustard, though.
There's mustard in it. I'm out.
Okay, you eat my ribs.
Yeah.
Mustard.
Is there?
It's a binder to get it. It cooks off. All the flavor even cooks off. It's just
that might be different then. I mean, but like if you have like a mustard sauce on something, like Bethany made this it depends what type of mustard too. So like Bethany had like a Dijon mustard, and that's not as bad to me as like plain yellow mustard.
Fair.
And like she put that in something, and I was like, I don't really like it. She's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. Whatever this sweet stuff is, not my jam. So like I can eat it, that kind. Like if you put like mustard on like yellow mustard on a hot dog or on a hamburger, like I will throw up. Not really, but like I will want to die.
Can you do me a favor and fix that orange blanket? Like fluff it up for the dog. Whoa. Watch the microphone. There you go. Were you using it last weekend? Oh, Dave did. Hobo Dave. That's right. That's all that matters.
She could figure it out. I think he thought I was going to lay down. She's disappointed.
She was ready. So.
Yeah, the one I got, he does marinades too. Like I said, the one I got was a peppercorn garlic marinade. Crack broccoli.
That is my recipe for the week.
That feels made up.
No, we were talking about drug addicts and everything. I just wanted you to know.
It's actual crack.
This is meth sprinkled.
No, it's actual crack cocaine on broccoli. That's why it's addictive. It tastes awful, but you start to crave the gross.
So it's pretty easy. It's just roasted broccoli with toasted almonds and lemon zest. Sprinkled Parmesan cheese on it.
Gosh, I wish broccoli's so hard for me to eat, man.
What about Brussels sprouts?
Not much better. Bethany made me a broccoli that I liked a lot for the first time. She put like some sort of Asian sauce like cooked into it. It was pretty good. We're gonna say, how do I lose weight? Not vegetables.
I mean, how do you diet? You don't like onions either, do you?
Love onions. Onions.
Oh, it was Dave that doesn't like onions.
I was like, I could eat a pound. I could almost just grab an onion and eat it.
That helps a lot because that's how you get a lot of like wetness in like bad foods.
Love onions. I like green peppers. I like peppers. I like onions. I like spinach. I like kale. And now, when I say I like kale, like in stuff, I'm not gonna like grab kale and just like.
Yeah, not eating a handful.
Yeah.
I get that.
I can eat a handful of spring mix. Like I could just eat some spring mix. Like that'd be fine. Not kale. But like kale in stuff is fine. I love spinach and stuff. Like when I make eggs, I will always put a bunch, like an appropriate amount of spinach in my eggs. Because you start with the bag and you end up with like 6 leaves.
Yeah, it cooks down so far. It's hard to. Well, we didn't have it. It was good. You said if I had a scale, you'd weigh yourself. You didn't weigh yourself.
No, I didn't. I have time. But no, I like at Subway, for instance, like my go-to is just turkey with pepper jack cheese, and then just like onions, green peppers, spinach.
Pickles
for sure.
Oh,
for sure. The pickles at Subway are so good. And then you go to Jimmy John's, and they're like, pickles don't belong on sandwiches. And that's why I will not go to Jimmy John's, because that's stupid.
I do like their unwich.
Yeah,
like, that's a cool idea.
That's annoying, though, is what I'm getting at. Like,
absolutely.
Like, have you been to other stores, Jimmy John's? Have you been to other sandwich shops? They have pickles. Spoiler. Like,
I hate how good the bread is at Subway, but it's all sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of places are coming out with some carb-free taco shells, so thank God for them. So Taco Tuesdays aren't a waste.
Mm-hmm. But I'm one of those big this, not that type eaters. Where like, yeah, if you eat a 12-inch sub from Subway, that's turkey and like I said, all those vegetables, that's better than eating a burger and fries. Like it just is. Like it's one of those things people could say, yeah, the bread's not good for you. And it's not, but the rest of it is. The rest of everything in there is. And so, like...
Do you do tuna? Are you a tuna fan?
I've never really had tuna, to be honest with you. I've had, like, ahi tuna. But I've never
like the rich people kind of tuna? Or like
I've had, like, tuna steaks and stuff. I've never had, like, tuna from a can in my life.
Oh, I love it. So, well, I don't love it.
The hard part is because my mom wouldn't eat seafood. My dad didn't eat seafood until he met his current wife. And then Bethany won't eat seafood. So, like... I get seafood when I get it. You know what I mean? Like, but Bethany.
It's chicken of the sea, though. It's not seafood. It's chicken of the sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, Bethany just won't. Like, it icks her out for that reason. Oh, I had something I meant to tell you. Speaking of seafood, I went to a new restaurant on Saturday that you have been telling me I need to go to for a long time. seafood.
Was that Lashley's?
I went to Lashley's. I did for the first time.
Oh, it's so good.
I got the mahi sandwich.
Fried, seared, grilled,
blackened.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Like ridiculous good.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Like, first of all, they definitely buttered my bun. That happened.
Oh, they use a lot of butter in all their cooking.
They have to, but it was so good. And then my dad got fish and chips, and their fish and chips there apparently is grouper. That's
a weird thing to be a fish and chips. Such a market price fish for fish and chips is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but apparently that's what they did. They're like, we're not going lower than freaking grouper in our fish and chips. But yeah, I haven't went to their dinner. Their dinner menu looks super interesting though.
I actually have never had dinner there. I always ask for the lunch menu. So I do, if I'm having a sandwich, it's always a grouper Reuben with coleslaw instead of sauerkraut. Mm-hmm. Which is just fantastic, whether it's grilled grouper or fried.
Some of their dinner stuff looked pretty awesome.
It's pretty adventurous.
Served on like garlic mashed potatoes and stuff. That's fun.
Want me to put it on pause for a minute and go wash that?
Nah. Rip some dirt in later.
I got wound wash right there in that box that says fragile.
What was I say?
Their interesting dinner selections.
Oh, yeah. I was like, because I didn't think their fries were great.
They're average. They're undercooked, kind of. Always. They're always a little mush.
Yeah, like mine were fine, and then my dad didn't eat his, and I was like, I'll try some of yours. And then I was like, yours are like just mushy and not good, and I eat them. So like that's where I'd like dinner, because they have garlic mashed potatoes. That's gonna be good.
They have really good rice. So if I want it, I'll substitute. Like their rice pilaf is pretty fantastic.
Do they have that at lunch though?
Yeah, because it's on a couple of their lunch dishes. Like, because I go there and I always sit at the bar outside. Mm-hmm. So I haven't been there since before Lexi was born now.
Well, we were going to go. We went, and they said,
but you don't do sushi.
They went inside. What?
You don't do sushi, do you?
I do eat sushi.
Oh, so you just never get it.
I typically don't go to places that serve. Again, Bethy doesn't like seafood. So like,
man.
The hard part is like if she doesn't like seafood, if I go somewhere that serves sushi, a lot of times like last year's a lot of sushi, they didn't have a lot for her. Like Bethany wouldn't want to go there.
They have
it was just me and my dad there when we went, but like
they have a couple of really good things. They
have a couple chicken items, but that's about it. Like they didn't have a lot of other stuff. They had a Philly cheesesteak, I think.
They have a thing of nachos that are. Oh wait, it's ahi. The ahi nachos are fire.
We got the crab dip as an appetizer. Incredible.
Yeah. Did they serve that with pita chips?
Just tortilla.
Ask for pita chips next time. That's what I think Nicole gets.
It was really good.
Yeah, that place is so I only go there out of season. All the out of towners go there, and they ruin my lunchtime vibes because I like to go there with just let me get an ice cold beer. I'll drink the beer, get my food, drink a Coke with the meal, and be good. And it's just like that's a good straight $20 because their lunch menu is pretty reasonably priced considering how good their food is.
Yeah. Well, we went like we said we're gonna sit outside, and they said there's a 35-minute wait, and I was already hungry. And I was like, how long for inside? They're like, you can sit now. So I was like, I'll sit now. Like, again, I'm not from out of town. I'm not waiting 40 minutes to look at Punta Gorda's water.
It's just the harbor, yeah. You're not. I sit there just because I'm just.
I mean, I would have if I could have.
I'm bar vibing, yeah.
I would prefer it, but like I said, the 40-minute difference when I'm like,
I thought that was Gordon Hayward.
Like my 40-minute difference though, when I don't live here or when I live here, I was like, no. Like me and my dad were planning on going for a walk after that anyway, so it's like, we'll eat and we'll bounce.
Have you been sticking to your CrossFit?
Yep.
Good for you.
I've only went twice so far this week, but I'm going tomorrow and Saturday. I was going to go today, but Bethany wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home until Marshall went to bed. Helped with him.
Good for you. I've only put in an 8-mile ride on the bike this week. I'm still eager for the bike frame to come from China that Nicole's going to ask questions about when it comes. In my defense, it was $200. It was within our price range of we don't need to discuss, that's our limit. If you spend more than $300 on a purchase, you have to disclose it prior to purchase. It's $200. It's just modeled after.
Is that a total or per individual item? Like, you buy a $280 item that comes with another $270 item and be like, those are within the limits.
So technicalities. So she has done that several times where she has ordered like $250 worth of Sleepies and then another $250. Oh, sorry. I was like, now I have done that. I did it once and I felt guilty doing it. So I've only done it once. She has done it several times. But yes, it's in the purchase, because especially if it's for the same thing. Like if you're on one website doing it, you know what the fuck you're doing. But it's modeled after a bike frame that is $6,000. But it's unbranded. Huh?
The China one?
Yep. And then it's just going to be a lot of work by myself.
It'll be here by 2027 or so.
They said it should ship by early February. We're going to find out. Which is 5 days away. But
I have one of my W-2s. I'm ready to get my other one. I'm ready. I'm always so amped to do my taxes. Can always get a return. So
I am never excited for it because
you always owe.
No, I never owe. Well, this year I actually did owe, but it's because I claimed Savannah. It was my year to claim Savannah this past year.
Oh, you have that whole fight.
And every single year, her mom claims Savannah, even though the court agreement is every other. My taxes from 2022 or 2021 are still in limbo.
So annoying.
So I got hit with a bill. It was like $1,400. And then I had to dispute it with a paper form and the court order, and I sent it away. And it's just been... This year it's not a big deal because we got Jackson, Lexi. So I'm sure Nicole's thing's going to be just huge. Good for her. I don't claim either of them because she doesn't have a full-time job, even though she works full-time hours most of the time.
I'd like to. I don't know. I have no idea what is their tax return supposed to be small this year, big? Does anyone know? There's all these different times.
I never know.
Because I can remember when the first time that Trump was elected, it was like a big tax return, and then the second time it was like thin.
Last year I owed because I got the bonus, the whatchamacallits for COVID.
Oh,
it's like the $600 or whatever.
Stimuluses.
The stimulus.
Stimuli,
because there's a couple of them.
Checks. Yeah, that's not helpful. They were like, we're giving it to you up front to help you, but then it's like, yeah, but that's money that I was gonna get anyway, and now like I'm gonna owe you later. That seems messed up.
Yeah, I wish it was more like the TPP loan or whatever. They just you don't owe us. Never mind. Forgiveness. Is Gordon Hayward still in the league?
Yep. He's in the Hornets.
The Hornets?
Yep. Money took him there.
I saw Zion made this first All-Star team.
Starter. He made it last year as a reserve. And this year he's starting. But, like, I don't know really how because he hasn't played forever, but whatever.
He hasn't been playing?
Not in, like, months.
Why?
Hurt.
Again?
Always.
Is he a bust?
Too early.
Got to be approaching it, right? It's 2 full years. Or is this his second season?
No, this is year 3.
Yeah. Didn't he already sign a huge deal?
Yeah, but boy, does he look good when he is playing.
He's a true making bank off of potential.
I'm so excited for Wemby next year.
Wembanyama?
Yeah, so excited. He only has one path to busting, and it's injury.
You don't see him being more like Taco?
No. Not even close to Taco. I think his floor is like what Porzingis is.
What's like Porzingis now? Because he was
like an NBA player who gets a lot of blocks and can shoot from the perimeter. Like, who's a starter? Like I said, like he's not like great by any means. So I'm like, I think that's Wembanyama's like absolute floor. Like worst case scenario, if he's healthy, is he's a player that is a good basketball player who can block shots and shoot threes.
What does he weigh?
I don't know, a lot, 30-something.
Wembanyama?
It's got to. He's like 7'6". It's a different weight at that point in time. I mean, right? Like we're working on a different scale.
I don't even know how to spell his.
Victor. That's how you spell it. And you just let it happen.
Is it with a K?
I think so. I don't even know. No, it's a C.
It's a C.
He's listed at 7'2".
220.
That's not true. I don't believe that even a little bit. I don't know why people lie down. Because, like, LeBron listed himself at 220. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, that's 3 websites now that say.
No, I'm guaranteed that's what he's listed at. I just don't believe him. In the NBA, they have a new rule now where you have to. They weigh you and they measure you and they write it down officially now. But like I said, I don't believe it for a second. You can't be 7'2" and weigh 220 pounds. That's not a thing. Especially look at what is in kilograms where he lives. 100 even. He weighs an exact 100 kilograms, or did he say I weigh 100 kilograms?
I'm 100.
He right? And that makes me believe it even less. That it's such a
rounds
perfect
out so
number. Like, no, man.
I got
it's
you.
like because he doesn't want to be seen as fat. It's like, dude, we can freaking see you, man. Like,
you're a string bean, dude.
if you weigh like, because the reason I said is Yao weighed 330 and he was thin. Manute Bol weighed a lot. Look at Manute Bol weight. Yeah, 311 for Yao. Listen, Manute Bol, it says 201. That's not true. Yeah, Bol's fine. 220. Like, again, I don't believe that either. Taco Fall 311. See, and that's why I don't
Manute Bol 201.
And that's why I don't believe the Manute Bol one. I mean, he's thin as all get out, don't get me wrong, but
I don't know, man. There's not much there.
yeah, he's different. That's a different person, though.
That's not him. That's Manute Bol.
No, I know, but I'm saying like he's real thin. Like he's like bony.
Yeah, he had a freakish. I think it's a.
Like
it's uncontrolled. I think he has an actual thyroid issue, which is probably why he was so tall. Because it messes with everything.
Yeah, like Bobo weighs 220. It says there, and he's paper thin. Like I said, but like look at Taco. The fact that Taco weighs 311. Taco is not a big person.
It's funny that Taco Fall comes up before Taco Bell.
That is funny. Well, I wonder if it's based on what you've been clicking on. But you're looking at him. He does not look. It says 311, and he does not look meaty.
No, but compared to like
Manute,
he is like he's got. You can see,
but like compared to like Wembanyama, no, he's not that much meatier.
I can't type. Let's see what he looks like.
He's gonna get bigger. I mean,
he is real thin, but
the thing is, he's young person thin though. He's not like Manute. He doesn't look unhealthy.
Right.
He's just an 18-year-old.
He just grew.
Right. Like
he grew faster than his muscles could keep up with.
Yeah, he just looks 18. Like he looks like Kevin Durant did. Remember Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I do remember Kevin Durant.
Like Kevin Durant at Texas was thin. So like I said, I think it's more like that. Like he doesn't look bony as much as just kind of still has a boy body. That's just tall.
Yeah.
He just has a young man's body, not a
he hasn't grown into
man.
his skin yet.
He's just not a grown man yet. He's a young man. And like I said, to me, that's different. Like, not everyone's LeBron and at freaking 15 has their grown man body.
Yeah.
He just has freaking cannons at 15.
Yeah, I guess LeBron is almost like the opposite spectrum. Like
Greg Oden. It's another one that's just like,
Oden.
that was a man.
Yeah, he had like he looked like he might have. Like the guy from the Benchwarmers lied about his age. Like he was like a 40-year-old man in college.
With an absolute horsecock, but that's for another day.
How random that you focus on a man's penis for no
it's not even
reason.
Focusing. It was a leaked photo that was everywhere. It wasn't like I was
like literally like you saw it.
Yeah, it's not hard to find.
I never would have Googled how big is Greg Oden's
Google
dick
it either, but it's just
sure you didn't. All right,
I'm just saying it's one of those things when. And I will say, I'm going to make you look at it later now since you're back to Almighty. When you take into a fact that this dude is 7 foot tall, it's much more frightening when you watch it. Because like, you're like, oh, God. I'll just say it's proportional.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'4".
Okay.
We're closer in relation to size like me and Jackson.
He's 8 inches taller than you, though.
That's 10 inches. 7'2".
I said 7 foot. I don't know how tall he actually is. If he's 7'2", 10 inches, and he has an additional 10 inches. Not like
but at 6'4", yeah, like that's when the correlation stops. Like every inch up is an inch out.
Yep. No, but like I said, it's just I don't know who leaked it, but there've been a lot of male celebrities had that happen to them. Athletes recently.
Not usually a good thing though. Well, AB leaked his own shit. I don't think at all. He said he was hacked. No,
Draymond, his own stuff too. He posted on his Snap.
So did AB.
No, that's what I'm saying. Both those guys are.
Draymond seems like he's got more of a Tootsie Roll, like a thin one. I didn't see his.
I did.
Impressive?
No.
Yeah, like Brett Favre, like noodle.
It was a Tootsie Roll sufficed. But yeah. But yeah, it is what it is.
You know, a picture just circulated of a picture of a copy of the largest penis ever recorded. It was like 48 centimeters, and it was a third of a pool noodle. It was I couldn't.
Was that Jonah guy or whatever? I feel like I watched it on TLC. Is that the channel?
Oh man, this is really gonna mess with my algorithm.
Wasn't it TLC, the channel that had like weird sex on it or whatever show that was? Yeah, that guy.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
That white chubby guy. Look at that thing in the green. All right.
Good for him, Jonah Falcon.
No, it's not good for him. He said he's never
right
actually.
Here.
Jeez, that doesn't feel real.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, did he have elephantitis?
I can't show this to people. They can't see this one.
Yeah, that guy. He talked about how he said he's actually never been able to have vaginal sex because his penis is too big. But like it was on like the Weird Sex or whatever show that was called. I can't remember. That was on TLC, and it talked about how like when you do the third grade swim. Like a lot of schools, like I had third grade, he did that and he changed in front of I guess some of the adults. And he had like an 8-inch penis in third grade. And I guess the teachers were like, "Jeez," like, which is fair because it would be hard not to react to that, wouldn't it? If you saw it, like a 10-year-old just whip out like an 8-inch penis, it's like you're like, "Oh Lord."
So the longest on record is different than. Oh, Jonah Falcon does have the biggest one.
Yeah, no, he was on like Weird Sex or whatever.
8 inches in girth, like it's meaty too. Huh?
Yeah, he said it actually kind of stinks for him.
Roberto Cabrera. Well, let's just devolve this show entirely.
He worked to make it 19 inches. How do you work?
Binding.
What?
Actually, I better not put that on there.
What does that even mean?
So, that's a compression wrap. So you work, so you're elongating it.
Okay.
Who's got this? Zach, I didn't know you submitted yourself.
Wait, that's it?
World's smallest penis is 0.3 inches.
Oh, I was gonna say it's probably enlarged to show detail. I was like, I have it, but I don't. Dang.
Oh, look, it's smaller than an infant.
That sucks, man.
Mm.
That's unfortunate.
How surprising. The world's smallest penis belongs to an anonymous man.
To where the other guy's like, name's Jonah. Nice to meet you.
And you know what? If you're ever feeling bad about yourself, guys, just know average penis has 5.45 inches. Globally average.
Here's my question about the
General Western
thing.
world has
Do you think
generally
that since
bigger.
they posted it on, I'm gonna keep calling it weird sex until I know what it's called on TLC. Strange sex. See, I was close. But yeah, he was on it. Do you think that like being on that show and that becoming common knowledge just helped his sex life? Or no?
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Just because I think
it's probably,
even if girls think that's too big, most girls, I think curiosity.
Right. So I'm sure he's getting a lot of opportunities, but I bet he's had a lot of disappointment and like
a lot of we can't do stuff.
Feigned interest. Like it's probably terrible for his love life.
When the show happened, he said that he had never actually had vaginal sex.
Well, what does he have, an anal sex? Like how?
Well, and he said that like oral sex is not really that enjoyable for him because they can't do much with. Well, how big's this mic and girth, you think?
It's easy to find out. We got a thing. So it's a lot of this.
But I mean, it's not 8 inches though, is what I'm saying. Like,
no, this is probably only about 4.5 or 5.
Yeah, and his was 8. So like again, you know what I mean? Like, what is a peanut butter jar? Like, what are you doing with that?
Yeah, you're not having fun.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's the funny thing. So that's
and every guy's like, I'd love to find out.
No, but
I mean, at that, it's probably hard to work out even.
Well, they showed him like I said in that Strange Sex show, walking in jeans. Like, you know, like guys try to wear like gray sweatpants. That's him in jeans. Like nothing. Like they don't make clothes to store something like that. Like, and the other thing that sucks is like, or is kind of funny is every middle school kid's like, yeah, I have a 12-inch penis. Biggest in the world's 13.5. My brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about that. Like 5.45, if that's the average. Every standard deviation of that is like an inch, we'll say, right? Like, it's a whole standard deviation over, which is like, so like that 13.5 is a completely different number.
Complete freaking nature.
Yeah, it's just like, that's not.
It's one that when you collect data, you don't include in the set.
You just discard that one.
It's a null, right?
I can't,
at that big, there's a substantial weight.
It's like a problem. Like
you could
I have like real questions. Like I want to be like, do you get lightheaded if you get an erection? It's a lot of blood to leave.
It's a lot of blood flow.
Like,
Nicole, what's the biggest dick you would take? We're just talking about the largest penis on record. It would hurt. What?
I think your mom just said 18.
18?
I'm kidding. No, mommy, no.
Like, it would be rude to wake someone up with one of those. Like, flop.
No, can you imagine? Like, speaking back to his love life, you know, like you cuddle a girl and you like actually like pop a little erection. What's he spoke it, popping a partial? Yeah. She's like, she wouldn't even notice probably. She would just assume it's his other leg. I mean, honestly, you would just like, I feel like naturally you would be like, that's not that, because how could it be?
If you spoon before you have sex, yeah.
Or you're just spooning a girl you've not had sex with and you're just watching a movie or something. Like I said, like if you've just, you know, like it's like one of those first like a date things, like college style.
College style.
To get old fashioned.
Did you stay at university?
Yeah.
I don't call staying at university, it's not British, but yeah.
Okay. Cheerio. I do wish I would have.
2 semesters of university. Spent some time with some fine birds. We had some good banter.
We were abroad.
I was a proper geezer.
I'm jealous. It's an experience I'm jealous I never got.
Yeah, that's fair.
To like just go, just like be a college kid, like the whole dorm.
I mean, I did dorm for. I did dorm without working 1 year, and then I lived in an apartment with buddies, but like that was still super fun.
Our local colleges actually made it. You had to go through the whole all of freshman year before you could live off campus and attend.
That's hard to regulate because if you just say you're a commuter, how are they going to know?
Right.
They're not going to give you the same scholarships is the difference, like to help pay for it, but like otherwise they can't know. When
I enlisted in the Navy, I was away. I was in Mississippi in a school for career training. And before I went into I was in the reserves, but doing my training, I got accepted into NIU. I had everything lined up to room and board with my buddies, Colin and Nate, and my family declined to assist with financial aid because it was like $20,000 a year. And I couldn't put the military stuff yet because I hadn't finished the training to qualify for the VA benefits. It's pretty devastating. I was so excited chatting on AOL Instant Messenger, trying to line everything up to stay with my buddies. It'd been fun. But I wouldn't have ended up in Florida when I did. I wouldn't have ended up with the same kids. I wouldn't have ended up with Nicole. Everything happens for a reason.
When it rains, it pours, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Such a Garfield. Mondays. It's hard to have regrets in life, isn't it? Because
once you have kids, you can't.
Yeah, because
you can't change anything pre-kid.
It's like, what is that? The butterfly effect.
Yeah, well, I watched a show, or one of my favorite movies of all time is called About Time. And it's about...
Is that a Rachel McAdams movie?
It is. Good call. And Bill Nighy's in it as well. But anyway, so like Bill Nighy.
Is he an Englishman?
Yeah. But anyway, so the main character can go back in time in his own lifespan. And then like obviously like once he's a kid, he can't because it has to be that sperm, that egg. Like it's very interesting because like you don't think about that, but like I thought that was a really cool take on time travel because like you're right, you can't go back and change anything pre that because you wouldn't have the same sperm and egg.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's kind of I guess it's kind of the same thing where like you can't end up with the same kid. Like even if I had a kid with Bethany, but I had it the next month or even the next day, like it wouldn't be Marshall.
20 minutes honestly could change it because there's a million sperm.
Mm-hmm. A different position might change it.
Yeah. It is what it is, and it has to be.
Yeah. So it's kind of wild to really think about.
Just the fact that you're here there's 7 billion people on Earth. Each person comes from a million plus load on top of 4 or 5 eggs per given birth cycle. Like the odds that you're here are pretty astronomical to begin with.
Yeah.
You win. You start your life a true winner.
Some more than others.
Right? I feel bad.
Even just the country you're born into, like...
Oh, man, that's so true. Like, you could be the kid that could cure cancer, but...
And the time period you're born in.
Yeah, like dysentery.
Like, not even that. Like, what if you're black and born pre-1960? Things aren't only bad, they're awful.
Shit, up until...
Like,
depending on what part of the city what part of the country you're in.
Well, I'm talking about like just pre-1960, like you are scum. You are not a person to most people.
Yeah, you're getting like, that sundown. Fuck, dude, there's still sundown towns. That blows my mind.
Yeah, it sucks.
People that talk about, cops aren't racist. Like, listen, I've seen way too many interactions between black folks and cops. I think we need to. There's certain parts of the system we just need to completely break down, and I think the police union is one of them. The fact that they can do all that damage. That listen, there are good cops. Get it, but the fact that all of the bad actions are paid for by taxpayers and not like an insurance.
Tosh had a very interesting thought on cops.
Lay it on me.
He was like, pay up more. He's like, think about it this way. He goes, because here's the thing. He said the cops, that are, racist cops and stuff. He goes, cops aren't the smartest people. And he goes,
what do you test out of it?
Well, he said cops aren't the smartest people and something. And like the crowd was like, oh, he's like, no, think about it. He goes, how many of you guys remember who your valedictorian was? And like everyone raised their hand because how many of those people are cops? He's like, none. He's like, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go make $30,000 a year to have people shoot at me. No thanks. Like,
wow, what a 3 by Boston. Right, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, they should be higher. If they were higher paid, it would solve a lot of the problems. There'd be more people who want that job.
I think it should be paid more, but only if they also.
You just raise the requirements. You raise the requirements, pay it more, and then make it to where like you're getting. Honestly, more like FBI type candidates become cops.
I do think there should be an IQ minimum, not an IQ maximum. I think there should be college credits involved in becoming a police officer. I think there should also be psychology education.
I liked the joke I saw.
De-escalation techniques.
I think every single police station should have at least one me.
I agree.
Like, I don't mean like...
Because you couldn't come at it a different way.
At least one social worker to bring with you when there's children involved. You know what I mean? Like, just to help, like you said, like, deal with the trauma of the kids and, like, talk to the cops and, like, someone like that. Like, someone who can come at it from that angle. Like, hey, like...
Charlotte County here, they were talking about having...
Sarasota County does it?
I got offered a spot after my ride-along immediately that they would pay for all of everything for me to become a cop because they wanted me to have my degree in nursing to be emergent and field staff. So I would be the triage nurse and responding officer. I also have a college degree, which didn't bode well for the testing, but would be beneficial in the de-escalation techniques because nursing is taught so much in empathy and our side of the social work aspect of health and wellness, the entire situation, not just the person's situation. So like home life, the stuff that you have to do, we have to assess to call you in. Like,
oh yeah,
we're a broad spectrum. You really rein it in. You're way more important than me in a lot of aspects. We just get to see a lot of the same shitty shit. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how to deal with it. You do.
I don't really deal with much.
I call you because, like, God damn it, this is depressing.
And the funny thing is, 90% of the time I go, it's not that bad. Like, that's the effed up part of it. Everyone who most of who calls me has a genuine concern. Yes, there are like custody things, but like when grandparents call on their kids, like for their grandkids being raised wrong, like they're genuinely concerned. It just doesn't rise to the level of me doing anything about it. Like,
it's the problem is what the grandparents' expectations are of.
And a lot of times when teachers call and I look at it and I'm like,
how it's a tie game. Jeepers.
Creepers. Where'd you get them peepers? That kid is so hyped.
Amped.
I want Boston to win now just for that kid. That kid's gonna like be so excited going home.
See, so we're just talking about, is that bad parents?
No.
It's way after bedtime.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you some stories.
No, I hear you. Just like, our friends were telling us that we should
I think
make a call about Savannah being up at 11:30 making TikToks. We're like, that there's no grounds for anything. It's just,
in fairness, if you called,
they're gonna laugh at me.
No, they go, okay, sir, and then it would never come to me. It would never come to us. It would get screened out. as to not raising to the level of neglect or abuse.
It's
like because like there are people who take the call. Their job is basically saying if what they're saying is true, is it a problem? And like even if that is true, it's like I don't know.
The worst thing about everything is that Savannah, all of her testing is in the unpassable range, but ever since No Child Left Behind, it doesn't matter. They're going to push her along anyway.
Yeah.
They just did the state testing last week. She did not pass. She was unsatisfactory and everything. And no matter what we try to do, we only have her half the time. What are we supposed to do? So it doesn't matter that she doesn't succeed testing because they're going to push her forward anyway. And school's only going to get harder, and she's just going to hate school more, and she's just going to pass until she drops out. I hope she doesn't. I hope she decides she wants to learn. You can't force someone to do something they don't want to do. If you don't want to learn, you're not going to learn anything.
It's true.
Look at young Dolph. Anyway, Old Spice. Ridiculously long lasting.
Yeah. Well, these picks won't take us long this week. These are 2 of them.
So last week, this guy. Perfect. Jags, Eagles, Bengals, Niners. That what I texted it to you. It's 6-4 and 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
Championship week. Oh, so people can see. Oh, pow. I'm going to fix this so people can see the board, make it bigger. Wow. All right, so I'll pick one. You pick one first. So which game you want to pick first?
I don't care. I'll take the Chiefs.
Of course you would. It's fucking push.
Yeah, I'm going to. I hate the Bengals. I hate their cockiness. They're so cocky. When they act like they're back-to-back world like champs, like they're going for a 3-peat.
So you're taking the Chiefs?
Yeah. I can see it going. The health of Patrick Mahomes is really, really important. I wish I knew more about the health of Patrick Mahomes.
He was practicing in full.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, though. He's going to play, but, like, how mobile is he?
Adios, Madre. Enjoy work.
It's a mobility that's a question.
I'm with you. You don't bet against Patty P.
You can't against the spread, but money line's a different story. This week, obviously, it's the same thing, basically, but
49ers at Eagles, 2.5 points. Jalen Hurts should be fully healthy right now. Is Brock Purdy Tom Brady? Is the moment going to be too big? It all is going to come down to the front seven, as it typically does for elite. 2.5 is kind of a lot. They're in Philly. 3-point spread is typically the home point advantage, which would almost put a half point in the Niners' direction. Eagles, Eagles.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. They've lost one game this year when Hurts played. And it was to the Commanders. So I'm going to just go ahead and say that was just a random game. That's not something that you can just expect. Or they killed the Giants. They killed them. They didn't just win. I mean, they killed them.
Yeah, when they decided to play. I'm with you. I think the Eagles have been one of those teams that have played down. I don't think they'll have that same hangover against the Niners. Because right now, the Niners are a media darling.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to anger what is likely the best defensive line in football. It's the Eagles. Like, they can all get there. I think I think Bosa is going to have real troubles on the edges against the Eagles. So I think if they can neutralize him, it's going to be. I think Hurts is going to have 70+ yards rushing, and it's going to be in the first half. He's going to settle, and they're going to dink and dunk and just wear the Niners down. I think Purdy's going to make 2 crucial mistakes. I think McCaffrey's held in check. He's still going to have over 100 total yards, but I think it's going to be like 65 rushing and
the scary part for
40.
The Eagles is that their run defense has been their biggest problem.
But it won't be.
I don't know if Jordan Davis is playing. That could be huge if he is.
If you shoot a shot like that, you can't shoot in overtime.
That was bad. That was a dumb shot selection, but at least he hit the rim.
All right. That was that. Now I'm going to just do a quick little setup change. I'm going to see if we can play Madden live and talk shit. And you guys can watch me hopefully beat Zachariah. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Let's send you guys out with a decent jam. And then hopefully be right back.